I seem closer than normal. Hey, what's up? I don't want to be dilly-dallying anymore. So, listen, I saw some comments. Let's get right into it. I love negative comments. I love skepticism, and that's what keeps the ball going for me. I love educating people. Some people don't want to be educated, and that's all right. But here's what I want to talk about. Okay. One person, again, obviously, the raging debate behind this whole endeavor since 2007 was, if you don't have any skin in the game, why should I listen to you? I used to feel the same way, and we've had this conversation 1,000 times. If you're paying somebody to do a job to recommend what you should do with their money, which is financial advisors, do you ever ask the financial advisor, what are you doing with your money? It's actually irresponsible for the financial advisor to tell you what they're doing with their money. In fact, when we were stockbrokers, one of the more shady selling tactics was to tell your client, hey, Mr. Jones, I'm in this, I have my money in this name. I'm also getting my family net members into the name. Whether that was true or not, it was bad business. So let's fast forward to what we do here, right? Every day, right? We still have the people that want to debate whether or not. Now, look, it's not about whether the trades work or not. We know they work. You can go back and look. Okay. It's the debate of whether or not that you can't do this yourself. Sure, you can. That's kind of the premise of what I do. I'll show it to you. Some people catch on within a couple of months, and then they say farewell. Thanks for the ideas. Thanks for the education, and they go on their own, and we never hear from them again. Or sometimes they come back to revisit, like I'm an old teacher. You ever go back and visit your old teachers? It's always fun. You go back to your grade school. You say hi to the teacher that you liked. Anyway. But the misinformed criticism is fun also because, again, that's obviously someone who doesn't know how to trade or doesn't know trading. But let's address one thing at a time. If I have skin in the game, what does it matter to you? But then there's a question B after that. How much skin in the game would quench your appetite? And I'm assuming you're rooting for me to do well, and I appreciate that. But the idea of me having to be in all of these trades to recommend them to other people is completely false. First of all, I don't take any of these trades. I look for very, very specific setups. And sometimes if I don't find them, I don't trade. And sometimes I come in, not sometimes, most of the time I come in not looking to trade. But if something piques my interest, like an earnings report or a stock gapped up on news that's selling off, we trade it. Like, I don't know what GitLab is, GTLB, but it was a blatant short because of the setup, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And then you had AVAV. Somebody brought it to my attention when the stock was at 122.50. And I said, hey, what's this? And they said they make drones to drop bombs on people. I'm like, ooh, I love it. But I don't like stocks that are up 27% because I'm looking for a short. And I waited and I waited and I waited some more. And then, it wasn't breaking 122.50. So I shorted it at 121.50 using the 122.50 as my out. Stock pulled back $2 and made $2. And then it went back up. And then I did the trade again. And now we're in the short again. And we just covered at 117.50. And then it went down 3 points after I got out, which is okay. And we had AMC. If you look at the chart on AMC, yeah, I lost on it twice. I lost about $700 trading AMC today on the long side because twice it looked like it was going to squeeze, and twice it rolled over and beat me for 3/8 of a point, which is about $375 twice. It's about $700 out the window on AMC. Here's the good thing about the AMC trade. My last trade in it was getting stopped out at around $11.30. If I was still in the trade, I'd be down about 10 grand now. Okay. But who cares, right? Who cares about that? So for the person that wants skin in the game, not only am I willing to show you skin in the game, I'm willing to give you money. Doesn't that solve all the problems? If you are so bent, right, on watching my video, which I thank you, you watch the video and then you criticize, which is cool, right? That's what haters do. So one of the main criticisms is that I don't put my own money up. Great. I'm willing to give you my money. Here, take the money. I need you to give me $2,000 as a buffer. And again, this isn't you paying me. come to the chat room, learn what I do, put up 2 grand. I'll give you the other 48,000. You'll have an account with your own login with $50,000. And the only thing I ask you to do is take my trades. That's how confident I am in my ability to find winning trades. But what I know happens is as soon as I'm in an AVAV short and let's say AYX long, that's it. There is no more commentary and I'm paid to talk. So I'd rather look for the idea, give you the idea, you now work the idea in my account, do a good job, I'll give you 20% of the profits. The buffer, the 2 grand, is in case that you're just some sort of lunatic that's out to hurt me and you're just going to start pressing buttons to lose money. I got to have the buffer. You're not just going to trade my money. There needs to be the psycho scumbag buffer zone. So either you're a psycho or you're a scumbag. I need to have a little bit of your money. And again, I'll have stops and trip wires and make sure you're, shut down once you lose a certain amount of money a day. But the thing is, if you legitimately take my trades, you have zero risk. You're doing what I tell you to do. Every trade is clearly defined because we use stops and offers. So if that doesn't do it for you, then nothing's going to do it. You don't like my face. That's cool. You don't like my attitude. That's fine. My mom tells me I have the worst attitude in the world. She used to say that to me all the time when I was a kid. Your attitude stinks, as she would say. But my attitude towards the market is making people money. Now, here's something else. Now, again, you can look at this positive or negatively. Over the last 2 weeks, we had about 16 people on trial, meaning that they came in, no credit card. I don't need to even know who you are. You could use a weird screen name. Go ahead. Just show up. If you're serious, all I ask you to do is show up and see what we do. Okay? Just show up and see what we do. Out of those 16 people, 14 of them now are official members of the website. Now, why would that happen? Why? The easy answer is something over those 2 weeks of the free trial, no credit cards needed or anything, something over those 2 weeks, those 14 out of 16 people, and I'm going to get those other 2 people, by the way, those 14 out of 16 people said, hey, you know what? This is great. I'm digging what these guys are doing. I'd like to learn more. Or better yet, maybe we made them money over those last 2 weeks. So then they could have, again, let's say we had this nice little deal going, $13.50 to the end of the year. Maybe you made $13.50 while you were on the 2-week trial. It's a lot easier for me to ask people for money if I've already made them money. How many times have we had this conversation before, right? I think I'm the only one still that's doing this style of business. I don't send emails. I'm starting to get into the alerts. I'm going to start linking the accounts. I'm going to start doing all those wonderful things. But right now, it's just me and my buddy, Solid. Sometimes my illegitimate son shows up and helps out a little bit. And we've been doing an amazing job. Absolutely amazing job. I built a hedge fund on May 1st. I already shut it down on August 1st. That's how well it did. And unlike Kathy Wood, when you make 100% on an entire portfolio, you dump it all and you say, hey, that was awesome. Because right now, there's only a select few stocks that are actually higher from where I sold. See, that's a skill. But again, none of that matters. Nothing matters from these videos, nothing that I said. So let's address one more negative comment that I got. Somebody, I don't know if he was directing it at me or being sarcastic or a combination of both. It doesn't matter. So he said, he quoted something that I said in August. And I said, the Qs will probably never see 350 again next year. I said, there's no way the market's going back to all-time highs in August. And I meant it. And I still mean it. We're still not at all-time highs. I said the Qs will not be back to all-time highs in 2023. But what I did say, and I continue to say, is that none of that matters. I'm a day trader. Swing trade sometimes, investing, I wouldn't even consider, I guess, rigs an investment right now. But I'm a day trader. So what the commentary was in August, probably 2 weeks later didn't mean anything. Maybe 2 days later. But what did mean something was the commentary in October when we said, oh, we just held the Josh Brown bottom from June. That's pretty bullish. And then we rallied. And then we started talking about how everybody was calling for the recession. And now that's the crowded trade. And I started to change if you go watch the videos. So if you're going to watch one video, so let's say, why not go back to the video where I said to buy Carvana at $5? You can't, just like politics. And I hate to get this analogy. If your guy says something and you're like, yeah, what that guy said, I love this guy. And then your enemy, who you hate, says the same shit, you can't say boo. He just said the same shit. Doesn't work. You can't be, don't be a hypocrite, right? So if you know that the market is changing in flux, you know who I am. I'm a day trader. And what I say in June has nothing to do with anything I'm going to do 2 days, maybe 3 days later, right? But here's the point. Not only was I not bearish, I came back on and then did, I would say, 100 or 200 more videos since the reference that you're talking about, which was last August. So where were you in September, October, November, and December of last year? Where were you in January, February, March, April, and May, and June, and July, and August? It's a long time ago now. It's over 13 months ago that you're referring to one comment. Now, obviously, you're not a trader because he says, I listened to this guru and I've been shorting the whole time because he told me that the market wasn't going to go up. I know that's not true, but the irresponsibility behind that statement is absolutely mortifying, but it's really not mortifying because it's people like you. If you're being truthful, you're a victim. So if you hold fast to something that you believe in, even though the market's telling you the complete opposite, you are now a victim. And you're the kind of guy or person or it that the profitable traders take money from. And that's, you are personally responsible for the squeeze that we just had in 2023 because everybody that kept thinking that recession was coming, who don't know how to pivot, who don't know how to read charts or momentum or get a feel for the market, it's you that are now the victim. So if you want to write something on a chat room, if you want to write something in the comments section that, hey, this guy said the market wasn't going to go up in 2023, I certainly did say that. But then everything changed in June of 2022 when the Josh Brown bottom happened, and then October when it was breached, and then it came right back. And I didn't get super bullish until March 10th or the 14th, I think it was. There was a beautiful pivot. And then again, just as early as May 5th of this year, we became super bullish again. That's when I built the portfolio because of the pivot in the market. So again, if you really want to see me put my money to use, email me. I'd rather the skeptics and the haters contact me. Okay, because I'm going to get your information, right? So let's get past that point. So you hate me, you're skeptical, you think I'm a fraud, but I'm still willing to give you $48,000 of my money and access to the account. And I'm being serious. Call me. Email me, kennyglick@aol.com. kennyglick@aol.com. Call me. Let's talk. I'll tell you exactly what I need. And that's pretty much it. I just need you to know the system that you're trading on, know how to place orders, know how to place stops, how to offer stocks out, how to adjust your positions on the fly. I need you to know how to be able to read a level 2. I just need you to focus and send orders. You're just an order clerk. And from there, you can learn and then go on your own. But I just need you to be focused. So if you come up with 2 or 3 grand, I'll come up with the rest. And I'll give you 20% of the profits. Now, if that doesn't convince you, nothing's going to convince you. And again, let's go back to the skin in the game thing. What if I told you I only had 200 shares of AVAV? What if I said I only had 200 shares of AVAV and I made a whopping $448 on the trade? Is that good? Is that bad? Are you indifferent? Does it qualify as a good trade? Or do you say, hey, if you knew this trade was going to do it, why didn't you put your life savings into it? which is another irresponsible statement. You treat each trade individually, never go all in on anything. So the criticism will never end. That's why these conversations are kind of pointless. It's just that I felt like I'm offering out another job opportunity for you. But see, it's a lose lose to have any battles on the internet. You know that, right? I do it from time to time because I'm bored. But let's say you did short this thing and you did make the 400 bucks and you look back and you're like, oh, I probably should have made 2 grand on the trade, even on the 400 shares. The skepticism and the I don't know if that's the word for it, but the awfulness that you want to bestow upon me would never end. It doesn't matter. I can make $1 million a day. Then you'd say I'd have to make two, right? I could go 9 for 10 and you'll say, hey, how come you lost on that one trade? It's a lose lose situation. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. So I continue on my merry way. And like I keep saying every single day, I may never put on another trade ever. Oh, wait, there's one. That's kind of how it happens. I don't ever intend to put on another trade, but if you're going to gap Roku up and it's going to break VWAP and the multi-day VWAP, I'm going to short some Roku. I'm going to make some money. If you're going to crush AMC, and again, please explain to me out there, my friends, why is this still a thing? Why are there still hodlers and mothers of all short squeezes? How is it that people can look at something and one person will say it's blue and one person will say it's green? I know, let's not go deep into that conversation about the brain and your eyes and the cones in your eyes. Black and white. How about that? Some people see it black, some people see it white. I look at a stock like AMC. We all know it's a worthless stock and it goes down almost every day. But you have these people on the internet that look at the same thing and say, no, this is a good thing. No, this is where you want to be buying it. No, I'm not selling. See, I don't even know if those people are real at this point. I think they're just fucking around. Nobody could be that dumb. Oh, wait, sure you can. Nobody could be that. Oh, no, you could be that irresponsible as well. So I guess there's the reasons. I guess people are taking their beatings so bad they just don't want to give up. It's not funny anymore. I mean, join the winning team. You've lost. You lost in BBIG. You lost in the NFTs. You lost. Move on. Go. Why put money into something that's a disintegrating asset almost every day? And reverse stock splits? Has anybody ever seen a stock recover from a reverse stock split? Reverse stock splits make the stock artificially go up and generally they go down. There's been 1 or 2 reverse stock splits. GE is hanging in there since the reverse split, but GE first it split and then it tanked. Now it's had a nice comeback, but reverse stock splits are generally the last nail in the coffin. It's just an artificial bump in price and then it goes right back down. And the people at AMC, these AMC traders don't seem to realize that. But again, none of that matters. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters except this conversation that we're having and my delusion that I could please everybody. I'm not going to please everybody. But if you want skin in the game, I'll give you the money. Right? And if you still think what is being said on a video from 9 months ago, how come you don't watch any other videos? How come you didn't watch the Carvana video? Because at the same time, when I said the market's probably not going back to all-time highs, around that same time, I was saying Carvana might be the number one stock to buy of 2023 now that people are telling you to short it under 5. And my price target was 58. How come I don't get any applause for that one? How come I don't get applause for, Rivian at 15, no? How about AAOI at 250, no? So you just can't harp on the negative. That's my job. I'm negative enough on myself. That's why negative comments really don't do anything to me anymore. I used to get a little upset. Now I can just have a nice casual conversation about it. I don't care. I could turn the computer on any day. Every day is the exact same day. There's always a trade. You give me a VWAP break, I'm in. I know how to trade. I can make money anytime I want. My problem is I don't take enough size. I don't have enough trades on at the same time. That's why I'm hiring. Legitimately hiring. I'm looking for three borderline sane people. You're never going to be not insane to be a trader, but just some sanity, some idea of what buttons to press, how to take an order, stock market vernacular, have that part down and join me. And then back to the other comment, if you're going to focus your attention on something that I said, and again, that's the most irresponsible comment I think I've seen in 10 years on YouTube. Hey, you said the market wasn't going up next year. I've been short the whole time. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Or if you have, you basically just called yourself the dumbest person on earth because you're allowing yourself to lose money because of what some guy said 9 months ago. But what about 8.5 months ago? You get the idea. I know it's all for fun, right? I know it's all shits and giggles. But seriously, you guys, if you're out there making I would love to just debate you. Again, I'm not cursing, I'm not getting out of line here. Come and debate with me. Or come and witness what we do. Make an informed criticism. That's all. I dislike most people on YouTube because most of them are 2-bit hacks talking about stocks that already moved like they called it. I trade live every day. So if I say, hey, this looks like a great idea, buy it here at $13.18. It's looking like it's going to go to $13.50 with a $13 stop, and you get stopped out for 13 and the trade didn't work. I can't come up. Hey, how come you didn't sell it at $13.50? Kenny, we just got stopped out at 13. Oh no, that's not right. That's just an illusion. No, it's real. It just happened. I trade live. I own no stocks. I have no portfolio, and I'm not even in the queues anymore, except for a bunch of naked calls short. I got Rig, Palantir naked puts. I own Mob. That's about it. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you. Maybe I'll see you next week. Maybe not. Yeah. Y'all have a great time out there in YouTube world. I hope you guys are all figuring out this market. We're doing a pretty good job over by my website. I've been doing some other extracurricular stuff with some other websites if you haven't seen me on the internet. And hopefully the gospel starts to spread some more and we continue to all make money trading VWAP reversals and, try to do as best as you can. Be nice to each other and live your life. Take care.